Hello, welcome Capricorn. This is your weekly Cartomancy reading for May 20th through 27th, 2019. This is a general reading for Capricorn and will not apply to all, me being the Queen of Clovers. My readings tend to focus on life, craft, and action. We're going to be working on the energies coming out of that rough, sexy, emotional Scorpio full moon, going into what to expect for the week, some advice to get you through said week, and then a peek at the weekend. That is Memorial Day weekend coming up, 3-day weekend for many. I think Capricorn's been working through their weekends so they can be a little more casual at work. Because there's a crush at work. That was, like, definitive. Getting ahead of the game so you can have a little more time for your work crush. That is exactly what I'm getting for you. Okay, yeah. This full moon hit you. I thought I had a card flip. Yep. This full moon hit you. Oof. Hit you in the feels. 10 of hearts, 6 of spades. This is victory. These are both victory cards. This is 6 of spades. It's after a bit of a verbal battle, but it is having control, and it's releasing. It's post battle. It's post battle accounting. Like you do count the dead, definitely, especially when swords are concerned. But you also do have your meal. You have your rest. You have your reflection about the battle. What happened? My goodness, what are we gaining? What are we losing? Was this a real victory or did we lose too much? But I am sensing it was the victory of victories because you have this 10 of hearts here and it is absolutely completion. You're completely fulfilled with whatever was done, whatever was said, and you're moving on to a new way of speaking. You're moving on to new. Ooh, new. Only this one is really... Oof, Earth, that is you standing in your power. Whatever you did last week can really put you in your power. And it's new. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new sense of value. 7 of diamonds can be that wine, women, and song card. I definitely got this for a lot of people last weekend, and I do hope it wasn't too illusionary in that we were just avoiding the problem. Sometimes you can, just like when you fall into a dream and you get the answer, you can fall into a drunken stupor and get an answer, only it hurts a lot, and it is not guaranteed to give you the answer you need. Sometimes you just get a totally drunken answer. But because you went in there with this new idea, these 2 new ideas, you kind of... this isn't just wine, women, and song. This could be any type of avoidance that you do. Even if you run too much, you may have tried to run it out of your system. It did put you in your power, though. It worked. Whatever it was, it worked. It put you in your power, your earthy power. You're coming into the week of the 20th feeling strong. You're also removing what no longer serves you. There are things around you that require, and you're using your yang intuition fresh. This is fresh. This is 9. This is 9 of hearts is like a wish come true in fulfillment. 9 of swords is also a fulfillment card, but it's also more social. It's also more verbal. It's also more idea oriented. Jacks are new in intuition, that fresh kind of personality. I definitely think this is you. This is you standing in your power. This is you pulling in fire energy here between these 9s, because you're going to make changes. You're going to get rid of stuff. There's just stuff around you, stuff, people, things that just need to go, that you can trim down and slim down your life, and it's going to be more productive, more effective, more... You just want to pinpoint what matters in these changes, so you can go on to bigger and better things that matter. It's going to soften you a little because this is hard changes. Removing what no longer serves you. It's swordy, it's cutting, and this is going to put you in your queenly energy, a little softer energy. This is financial security at all costs. So even though you are fighting and you're defensive about what's going on around you, these changes that you have to make in order to really just hit your marks and get your goals and keep moving forward kind of thing. not everyone is happy about it, and you do soften up about it a bit, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to fight through it. It doesn't mean that you're not going to make these changes. You are just being a little more understanding about it. I feel like you wanted to make these changes for a long time, and the Scorpio full moon has set your energies toward this change. You're making room for something. That is what is most obvious here, is nines, is making room for something. And it's hitting you everywhere. It's just hitting you every possible sign everywhere. And these are signs and areas of your life that aren't yours. These nines and even this jack, this new intuition, this new way of thinking, this new perspective, fresh. But you are using your power to absorb this new energy, this new way of thinking, and do the work. And you're using it in both the king and the queen. Your power in your more emotional, generous power, of queenly power, as opposed to your kingly. You know what you want in your kingly power, in your Capricorn energy, and you're just this strength of knowing what needs to be done and how it should be done for your success, your happiness, your fulfillment, your value. And as soon as you know that over the Scorpio full moon, you get to work on Monday. You get to work on making these. There's no need to wait for a Capricorn, because you can already see the ending ahead of you, and it is a victory. It's a victory in just whole change, conceptual change. Something hit you quite dastardly, and it's not something that, it's about fulfillment, though. It's not about, with the Ten of Hearts, this is about fulfillment. It's about understanding that fulfillment, what will fulfill you. Ooh, your advice cards, too many. Yeah, you just what really makes you happy, you got to make room for that in your life, and you haven't been. And it's going to take a little fire, a little action, a little defense, a little removing burdens, removing what no longer serves you, so you can reach fulfillment. You're reaching for these tens. You felt this 10 on the full moon, and you're trying to get it again. All right, Three of Spades is a lot of conversation, a decision. Yes, we know you're going to make that decision. We know you're going to be defensive about it. We know you're going to sit in your energies about it. We definitely know you're going to sit in your energies about it. This is the 7. I feel this comes between this 8 and this 6. You take control a little bit too harsh, even though you're trying to be soft. In order to get your victory, you do have to come down a little bit. Take a step back over the week. I know that's really hard for a Capricorn, because they're always such a forward movement. And you have to really think about this and take a little step back and really think about this. Battle in your head about these 7s. Somewhere in the middle of your concept, you may have thrown the baby out with the bathwater kind of thing. And somebody's trying to tell you that. People are trying to communicate with you and reach you that you're cutting off a lot that no longer serves you. And it's always that people are hesitant about it, but moreover, people are always going to be upset when you change. But there's something about this change that might be a little too much too now. I think it's, people think you should date, of course, but you're kind of scared of commitment. You're scared of overcommitting, actually, is what I see, and that you're just gonna, you're kind of scared that it's all just gonna be fighting. 4s can be debates, but it's also fighting. It's, 4s are rest cards, that over the bed, but that's it. I talk about them being bed cards and tent cards and resting cards, but things happen in tents and beds that are not very pleasant sometimes, and this is like arguing across the bed, because you don't want to commit. You don't want to put down so much in love, because it hurt before, and it was just a lot of arguing, and it was a lot of interference. Especially, you have this information that you should be bringing in more fulfilling aspects into your life, more love aspects into your life, but at the same time, you're only thinking about that in terms of work and in terms of physical things and appearances. You're not really thinking about it intuitively enough, and this is what this week is asking you to really get in there and do the work, because you are absolutely afraid that whatever relationship you get into is just going to be tenuous and swordsy and bloody and fighting, and this message, if you skew it, you're going to get that you should be alone, but that's not true. That's not true in this reading. There is a counterpart for you, but you are not ready. You are not fulfilled. You are not feeling enough to access that counterpart. Yeah. Okay. The counterpart you encountered over Memorial Day weekend, and this counterpart is an extreme. This is I have a water sign here, or it's just somebody standing in their power. This could be a father. This is very parental love as well. But you're being a little defensive, a little verbally defensive in this value of this relationship, because it does have the not sphere of commitment, and this relationship, it's not romantic. I feel it's more of like I definitely was feeling father, boss, a mentor, advisor. That is, they have the value, they have everything they need. This is them, this King of Hearts and this Nine of Diamonds. This is not you, this is them, and you are going to go to them for advice over Memorial Day weekend. You are going to bend their ear, because this is because you're coming down from your 5s. You're coming down from a 6 at the end of the week to a 5, and for the weekend, for Memorial Day weekend, because you're not getting the message that even though Capricorns are very productive, effective, business-minded, system-minded individuals, and so you probably took this as the usual. I need to clear space to do something new, to take on that new project, to advance myself in some way, and it's going to fulfill me. Sure, you know that. You absolutely know that, but it's hitting you in the feels. That Scorpio full moon is hitting the not just fulfillment. It feels like fulfillment, but it's total emotion, and that's what's got your goat, and that's what's got you a little fired up and a little defensive. This is making it a little burdensome, more so than it has to be, just because you're afraid of this situation, and it's not going to happen if you process everything properly. Definitely go seek out your water sign. This Nine of Diamonds is typically a Capricorn having everything they need right now, but you do not feel that. You feel like you have been just pushed off your balance. But you have ways to fix that. Just go through your ways, including speaking with this mentor over Memorial Day weekend. Please try and have some fun over Memorial Day weekend, too. It looks like you wine women and songed it a little bit over the full moon weekend. So just make sure that you're having a little fun in the sun, in addition to some of this this new information you are wrestling with, Capricorn. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and I hope to see you next week for more readings. Thank you.